Welcome back to Session 0, where I discuss world building and other RPG topics. My name is Brian, and today I want to show how an item from Arkham Horror, the card game, inspired a really cool artifact for my Dungeon World game. If you're interested, please stick around. Thanks so much for sticking around. I've mentioned plenty lately that the Fantasy Flight LCGs have inspired me, and in this video here I actually teased an artifact based on a card from Arkham Horror, the card game. Here's the card I used for that teaser, and it basically just says, when you have 3 of these in play, swap them out for Pendant of the Queen. Here's Pendant of the Queen. It's one of my favorite items when I'm playing Seeker in Arkham Horror. We can ignore a lot of the text on this card because it's related to the mechanics of Arkham Horror, which has a strict action economy. Suffice it to say, this card is very powerful in the game. The text we're interested in is right here. It tells us how to activate the pendant and what actions it grants. Again, this text is specific to the mechanics of the game, but we can unpack it a bit and build an equivalent for Dungeon World. I'll start with the activation. Exhaust Pendant of the Queen and spend 1 charge. Choose a revealed location and select 1. This obviously isn't how Dungeon World works, but it's actually not too dissimilar. For Dungeon World, we'll say, when you focus on your current location or when you visited in the past few hours, and this artifact has at least 1 charge remaining, spend 1 charge to choose one of the following. Option 1 here is move to that location. That sounds a lot like teleportation to me. So for my medallion, I'm going to make the first option teleport to that location. Remember, this is for Dungeon World, so I don't have to describe how that looks here. The Game Master should be asking you, what does that look like? Next is discover 1 clue at that location. Clues are a major part of Arkham Horror, the card game, but not so much in Dungeon World. I'm tempted to give this option a Discern Realities-like ability, but that's not quite right. Discern Realities is about more than just a quick peek. The ability to look at a place from a distance reminds me of scrying or divination, so I also took a look at the 3rd level wizard spell, Visions Through Time. That's actually a really cool spell, but also not quite right, because it's not location based. Finally, I looked at the cleric spells and found True Seeing at 5th level. This is pretty close to what I want, and I'll only need to condense and change the text a little bit to see hidden things. The GM will describe the location, ignoring any illusions and falsehoods, magical or otherwise. The final powerful option is automatically evade an enemy at that location. Now, evading will have different meanings across different games, but for this purpose, it sounds like invisibility to me. I'm going to go with a creature at that location becomes invisible for a short time. Keep in mind that you are a creature, as is anyone else in your party, but also your ranger's pet panther. You can do some neat things with this option. A couple final touches are adding some tags and the text, when the session begins, if there are no charges remaining on the medallion, it gains 1 charge. I just don't like the way once per session sounds in Dungeon World, and this is actually a little more versatile. The players may find a way to add more charges during play. This is a fun item to add to an encounter table, or can become the focus of an entire short campaign. The players need to find all 3 parts of it and find a way to assemble it. Also, this wouldn't be Dungeon World without world building, so I've come up with some world building questions for you, the GM, your players, or all of you together to answer. Number 1, for what queen was the medallion crafted, and in what kingdom did she reign? 2, where was the medallion crafted, and by whom? Number 3, what is the medallion's name? And number 4, under what circumstances was this medallion lost to time? Answering these questions is just going to help you build your world. Let me know in the comments below how you'd answer these questions. I love hearing the lore people can create around a few simple questions. Also, let me know if you like these short videos or if you'd like something longer. I prefer a shorter video, but I want to do what you guys want. Alright, that's it. That's the Queen's Medallion for Dungeon World based on Pendant of the Queen from Arkham Horror, the card game. Please like and subscribe and share my channel with your friends if you like what I'm doing here. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.